Oh yeah, just playing some Final Fantasy VII. Oh snap! Looks like we're on the hype train for the Cloud DLC for Smash Brothers. What's happening? I have no idea. Barrett, calm the hell down, man. Oh my god. I love this music. Hey, what the? Why did you do that, man? What the heck, cameraman? What is your deal? What's your damage? I was playing Final Fantasy VII. What is wrong with you? God. Freaking console scrub. Scrub lord. Well, the reason why I did that is because the fans want you to make a Silent Watches on something. Oh god. Oh no, I don't want to make another Silent Watches. Why don't you? Because they're spoopy. Most of the time, like, the videos I watch are spoopy, man. Well, Sonic, I'm very sorry, but, the fans have spoken. Look, you'll get to play this later, alright? No! You can't do this! No! How dare you? You monster! You tomcat! You! What? You get to watch this. Top 60 non-gaming creepypastas. But didn't we already do that? But this is a new one, man. We already did non-gaming creepypastas. Yeah, but this is a new one. So? It's an hour 50 minutes long. Are you kidding me? Yup. Indeed. And I'll be alright, Sonic. You'll live through it. Now, if you don't mind, I am going to turn the lights off. What? There we go. Oh god. Oh man, oh god. Oh god, oh man. This has got spoopy. I don't like this. Okay, so we're going to be watching Top 60 non-gaming creepypastas. Again, all credit goes to Tats. Because, you know, he's the one making all these videos. His videos are awesome. And he knows who I am, actually. Like, yeah, he's commented on my videos before. And he's subscribed to me. So that's amazing. Tats, if you're watching this, notice me. Well, you already noticed me, but... wow, what do I say? I feel pressured now. Wacky Rainbow Waffles. There we go. There you go, Tats. I don't know what's wrong with me. Anyways, we're just gonna watch this now. It's full script. Wait, notifications. Hang on, this is important. Oh. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started here. And, yeah, so let's go ahead and hit play. 3, 2, 1, click. Alright, warning. So yeah, we're going back to roots with Silent Watches by having it in the dark.
This video contains disturbing content, violent content, jump scares, and sudden loud noises.
Viewer discretion is advised. Holy crap. Whoa. Oh, cool. Whoa, that is so cool. Whoa. Hey, VCRs. Wow, I remember those. The cameraman used to watch cassette tape on a VCR when he was a kid, actually. That's really cool. Ritual creepypastas. It's like all of the top 10s and top videos they've done on creepy stuff. Yeah. So is this VCR just eating all these cassette tapes, or what? Whoa, that's cool. You can tell that's edited, but at least I can tell it's edited. But it's still really cool. Oh, I remember that. Oh, good times. Oh snap, a new one. Oh, it's going down the list. I reacted to that as well. Oh my god, all the nostalgia. Oh, it's slowly revealing it and then it goes back to one of the previous ones. Oh, that's really cool. I actually reacted to that with a friend of mine. Stefano? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember that one too. Oh my god. I remember these. Oh, making videos about all of these.
Full satanic videos have been completed.
What the heck? What the heck? This is so weird.
Top 60 non-gaming creepypastas.
Well, that was really cool. And it comes out saying top 60 non-gaming, right? Yep, that's awesome, dude. Tats, if you're watching this, like, that is awesome, man. Good job, guys. Oh, dude, this is cool. I love creepy stuff.
A term that grew
What?
out of the 4chan
I didn't say that, guys. So it's the cameraman. I know our voices sound the same. Yeah, I know, right?
These
Totally.
ghost stories and urban
Oh
legends
my god, my
often
throat.
walk that fine line between internet fact and internet lore, and some are downright terrifying.
People around the world share their bizarre and terrifying stories,
Ooh.
hoping that the tales will gain popularity and become classics, often quoted or cited by horror fans and
Whoa.
frightened netizens.
I didn't know we were watching
Stuff
cops.
Nightmares.
Whoa.
We're gonna take a look
Oh.
at the top 60.
Oh, hi, Satan.
non-gaming
How are you doing?
pastas.
Top 60 non-gaming creepypastas. Let's do this! 60. Oh my god, this is gonna take a while. You might want to get some food and snacks.
The Hangman.
Because this is
The
the
Hangman was a
longest
poem
Sonic watches
written
like
by
ever
Maurice
made.
Otto in 1951, and first published in 1954 in Masses and Mainstream magazine under the pseudonym Jack Dahlia.
What the
Its
heck?
plot concerns a hangman who arrives in a town and executes
Duh.
the citizens one by one.
What a dick.
As each citizen is executed, the others are afraid to object out of fear that they will be next. Finally, there is nobody remaining in the town except for the hangman and the narrator of the poem. The narrator is then executed by the hangman, as by
Wow.
then there is no one left who will defend him.
So he hangs
The
himself?
poem is usually cited as an indictment of those who stand idly by, while others commit grave evil or injustice, such as during the Holocaust.
What? Oh. 59. That was the Hangman. Kinda like that game, you know, Hangman? Yeah.
The Bunkbed.
Ooh,
The story
terrifying.
revolves around a 27-year-old recalling his horrifying memories of when he was a child.
Oh.
The bunk bed that he slept in was bought by his father out of joy when he realized that his wife was going to have twins. At
Oh.
3 years old, the child would be placed in the bottom bunk of his bed, while
Okay.
his brother would torment him from above.
What the?
Every night was apparently the same. The brother would growl at him in his malevolent croak.
Whoa, the door.
All the pain and
Oh no,
misery of
spoopy.
bleeding, and the various tortures he had thought
Boo!
up.
Oh.
It was later revealed that his brother had sadly died whilst his mother was giving birth, and his parents would refuse to talk about it.
Wow.
Now as an adult, he explained that he can finally sleep only if he takes pills. He was glad he didn't have to see him, because he was on the top bunk.
Well, that was weird. Not really all that scary, but 58. God, 58 more.
Anora Petrova. Anora Petrova was born in Portland, Oregon.
What the
She
heck?
was one of the most promising figure skaters in the United States.
Whoa,
until
Jesus.
she discovered a sentient Wikipedia page about her.
Whoa.
After trying to selfishly alter her fate by editing the page, her life spirals out of control in the most unexpected way.
What the
She
fuck?
first speculated her father or figure skating club had made the Wikipedia page as a way to inspire her to win. When she asked her dad about it flatly, he denied.
Huh.
Strangely, when she would check her Wikipedia page for competitions, it consistently and accurately predicted her subsequent victories at every tournament. She wanted to
What?
win a chance at the Olympics so bad that when it came time to try out for the sectionals, she decided to cheat and influence her Wikipedia page. When she tried to update the page, instead of displaying what she wanted, and it wrote horrible statements. Anora was banned from the competition for attempting to sabotage the other team's skates, which she denied. It began to become clear that the Wikipedia page predictions were coming true.
What the?
It should be noted that the administration at Wikipedia was not aware of this page, and it is speculated that only Anora had access to it, or she fabricated the story. The page continued to have horrible descriptions of her, from one tragedy after another. It said her parents ended up in a terrible accident, and she would be penniless. When Anora tried to contact her parents after reading that particular page entry, she heard nothing but laughter at the other end. When she eventually viewed call records from her parents' phones, it did not show the calls she tried to make to them. Anora became very despondent and reclusive. She eventually received a settlement for her parents' death and moved to Switzerland. While in Europe, she abandoned her habit of checking the page and started to become a success in her craft again. Unfortunately, before an audition for the ice circus, she relapsed into her old habit of checking the page to see possible results. It read that she would die friendless and penniless on the day before the audition. And the predictions came true.
Well, that's fucked up. Jesus Christ. 57.
Where bad kids go.
Oh, it's
This story
the
describes a
Creepypastas.
photographer who decides to find out more about an old children's show that he used to watch as a child in wartime.
He's commented on one of my videos.
From what
I feel
he
so special.
remembers, the show relied on very graphic imagery and scare tactics to keep kids from misbehaving.
I don't even know what I'm
It
looking
believes
at.
that the show was an attempt by the media to keep children in check.
What?
As the moral of every episode revolved around some sort of strict ideology, such as bad kids stay up late and bad kids steal food from the fridge at night. You may think that's very mundane. However, the one thing that the photographer remembered, the most at least, was the closing scene of every single episode. It was the same thing every time, actually.
That looks like
The
SFM.
camera would slowly zoom towards a old rusted door, and as it got closer, screams of some kind could be heard. The closer the camera got to the door, the louder and clearer the screams would get. When the screaming couldn't get any worse, an Arabic text read, "That's where bad kids go," signifying the end of the episode. Fast forward into the present, somehow the photographer managed to track down the studio where the old show was filmed.
What?
Although the place looked like it had been abandoned for quite a long time, the infamous rusted door from his childhood was still there. He then discovered beyond the door lay a small room which was covered in traces of blood, feces,
Oh
and
God,
bones.
no!
What scared him the most is that beyond all that, in the middle of the room, was a caged microphone which hung from the roof.
What? That one's pretty spoopy, man. Too spoopy. 56. 6666.
Molly the Dolly.
Whoa, what the heck?
A 12-year-old girl named Alicia and her 10-year-old sister, Abby, and her mother had just moved into a new house.
Oh.
It was new and big,
Okay.
just like they had wanted.
Yay.
They just needed to get some basic everyday household belongings from the store.
Yeah, like a
Alicia's
microwave.
mother had spotted something in the bargain bin of the shop.
Okay.
It was a doll called Molly the Dolly, as described on the label.
Jesus.
The mother, the doll looked beautiful. Alicia thought it looked creepy, and
Yep.
Abby thought it looked funny. Molly the Dolly was described as wearing an orange, pinkish dress that was ripped at the sleeves and neckline.
Oh God,
And
no.
large black eyes that looked like it was staring at nothing.
Oh goodness.
The mother paid for the doll, and when they arrived home, she placed it on the mantelpiece. That night, Alicia heard some childish laughter.
Oh no.
Singing.
Molly's dumping out the mantelpiece and Molly's gonna kill you.
Alicia thought it was
Burn
just Abby playing for
it.
but a few
Burn
minutes later, she heard
it.
it again.
Molly's walking across the living room and Molly's gonna kill you.
Alicia tried shouting for her mother, but there was no answer.
Molly's coming upstairs and Molly's gonna kill you.
Alicia
Burn it.
thought it was actually Molly the dolly, considering Abby and her mother were not answering.
Molly's walking across the hall. Molly's gonna kill you.
Petrified, Alicia climbed out of bed and could see the shadow underneath the door.
Molly's walking across the room and Molly's almost here.
The door to Alicia's room opened, and she was paralyzed with fear and could not move.
Molly's here now, and now you're dead.
That morning, the mother came to wake Alicia up, but she wasn't there. There was no sign of her. Nothing. Alicia's mom went down into the living room, running, but only saw Molly, right where she was placed yesterday, and another doll that looked exactly like Alicia.
What? What? That's jacked up.
The angel statue.
Oh god.
A report in 1996 revolved around an incident when a couple decided to go out
1996.
for the night.
That's the year Mario
They called up the
64
usual
was
babysitter
released.
to come and take care of the kids. When the babysitter arrived, the children were already asleep, so she decided
the
that
heck?
she could pass the time by watching some TV.
Oh, never mind.
However, the only TV
Never
that
mind.
had cable was situated inside the parents' bedroom, so she called them to see if it would be alright with them. The parents agreed, but then the
Whoa.
babysitter asked if she could cover up the angel statue which was situated in the room, as it made her feel pretty nervous. Upon
Why is
hearing this,
such a
the father instructed her to
odd
immediately
thing to have
get
in a
the kids
room?
out of the house and call the
Like,
police.
is
because
that
they
just
did
me,
not own
or
the
that's
angel
kind of weird?
statue. At this point, it was unclear whether the babysitter and children did manage to escape the house, as several variations of this story exist.
That was a odd one. 54.
Antron. Antron is a robotic humanoid that was witnessed and
Whoa.
reported in 1972.
Whoa.
It was found by a father at a garbage
Whoa.
dump. When he brought it home, it
Whoa.
became self-aware and woke up.
Whoa.
The family named it Antron and adopted the robot as part of the family.
Whoa, what?
For a while, Antron acted in a normal manner
Whoa.
and showed no signs of malfunctioning or changes.
This is a little
4
weird.
months later, it
This is
eventually
out of my
injured
comfort
one of the
zone.
children. The father scolded the robot, but Antron didn't understand. It thought it perceived the scolding as a threat and ran away from the house. Antron was later witnessed stalking the family from windows and doors
Whoa.
until one day the father's son had gone missing.
Burn it!
Antron was never
Burn
seen
the
or heard
robot!
from again, and the son was never found. All that had remained was Antron's favorite toy car.
Bro, what the heck is what? Man, I don't even.
Eyeless Jack.
Whoa.
Eyeless Jack had been reported as a strange humanoid figure wearing a black hoodie and a
FBI
blue
case
mask with black holes for eyes. Eyeless Jack had been found to attack victims and remove
Is
their
this
kidneys,
source filmmaker or is this
sometimes
real
even murdering
footage?
victims without drawing attention.
Or is this just
One
footage
of the
Tats
reports
made?
involved 2 people who had heard
Just
the
to have
noises
some
from outside their
visuals.
house. Upon investigation, they could not locate the noise. The following morning, one of them had suffered severe
Whoa, what
lacerations across the face.
heck?
He was placed in intensive care at the hospital and was later told the following day that his kidney had been removed, even though
Oh.
no staff had operated on him.
Is that
Upon his
hard?
release from the hospital the following night, he had reported the creature leaning over his bed. The victim said he had tried to get up and take a picture of the creature with the camera when it had lunged at him, clawing at his chest. In a
What
desperate
the
struggle, he managed to escape
hell?
and run out of the house, but had tripped over a rock, becoming unconscious. He had woken up in a hospital room, and the doctors informed him that his brother was murdered, but he could not identify what had done it. The report says that when he returned home, he
that's
found
not
his
hard,
friend's
it's a
body on the
kidney.
floor of the upstairs
Couldn't
bedroom,
really tell.
with the kidney next to him.
Well, that was something. 50. Hey, Sonic! What the heck? Spy, Mario? Yes, because I'm a spy!
Toby grew
What
up
are you
with
doing
several
here?
mental disorders during his
Oh,
childhood,
I was just seeing what we were
making
doing.
it difficult for him to fit in.
What the hell are you watching?
He was constantly bullied by his classmates for his tics.
What is this?
Was ultimately deemed
nothing.
unsuitable for a public school surrounding.
What is this?
So he
What was
switched to
that?
homeschooling.
What is this?
Although he had plenty of support from his
It's a
mother
spoopy
and
video.
sister Lyra,
Spooky?
his father lost himself to
Spoopy.
alcohol, drugs, and
What does
gambling,
that even mean?
and started
Spooky.
abusing his family. When Toby was 17, he and his sister were involved in a tragic car accident,
What the heck?
resulting in Lyra's death.
Why are you watching this?
Toby's symptoms began to worsen
Because people wanted
of
it.
this.
What do
He
you
lost
mean?
his appetite
There's
for
a
food
camera right there.
and slowly began
There's
to
a camera.
lose his memories and was
Hey,
less
I gotta
social.
run away!
The Slender Man started to repeatedly stalk Toby afterwards in an attempt to turn
That was
him
pointless.
into a proxy by slowly giving him strange visual and auditory hallucinations. Toby eventually gives in to the voices in his head and violently murders his father.
Oh!
In a desperate attempt to escape the police,
Oh!
he sets his neighborhood on
Oh,
fire as
hi,
a distraction,
Slender Man.
but was quickly surrounded by the flames. He was about to give in to his inevitable death when the Slender Man saved him as he was about to black out. When Toby woke up, all of his memories of the past were taken by the Slender Man as he became a local proxy.
So I guess that was on the Slender Man. It's just Spy Mario came in and I kind of lost focus.
The Wyoming Incident. The Wyoming Incident was a television signal hijacking that occurred on October 1992.
Whoa.
A hacker managed to take
Oh, wait,
over
I
a
know what
local
this is.
station and aired a very strange, creepy video. It was reported as being extremely disturbing
You will
and
see
included
such
black
pretty
and white,
things.
disembodied heads and various poses. The video would also be interrupted by
The
random
hell?
messages such as, "You can lose everything," and "What hides your mind?"
Why do you hate?
Police reports reveal that many of the victims
Whoa.
had suffered headaches, paranoia,
You are
hallucinations,
ill.
and nausea from watching
Whoa,
the
okay, I don't
broadcast.
like this. This is
The
actually
FBI
kind of
found that
creepy.
the audio in the video
What
was
hides in your
played at a
mind?
frequency between 17 and 19 hertz.
I don't like this.
The Wyoming incident did not make national headlines, and it was heavily regulated by the government. The hijacked station received numerous phone calls from viewers who wondered what was occurring for the duration of the
freaking me
station
out.
being targeted.
I'm all
phone call
alone in the
conversations
dark
that were
watching this
recorded
too.
have been
You
seized
can
by
lose
officials.
everything.
Neither the hijacker nor any known accomplices have ever been found, caught, or identified, which leaves the incident unsolved.
Can you just thank you? That one creeped me out a little bit. Oh my god, I don't like stuff like that.
Annie96 is typing.
Who?
On October 23rd, 2004, a text conversation was filed to the FBI regarding two
You
individuals.
asleep? No, I guess you're not either. Can't. It's the wind. It
They were
sounds like
both
cats
messaging
fighting.
each
What's
other
your excuse?
Late into the night,
Studying.
neither of them were able to
So
sleep.
that's what they
The
call
conversation
porn now.
was recorded normally.
Annie, what the fuck? Not denying it.
Annie started hearing sounds in her
Then we should
backyard.
hang out.
David had tried to tell Annie not to look because she was home
What?
alone at her house.
Are you
Annie
doing
had
that?
ignored his
Talk
plea
about-
and looked out her window and claimed to see that a man, which she swore was David, in her yard digging a hole in the ground. David had replied that it was not him, since he was messaging her in his own house.
What the heck?
Annie didn't believe him, since the man was wearing his jacket with his name on the back of it, which David swears is in his closet. The man had turned around and smiled at Annie and began walking towards her house. Annie, clearly terrified, ran into the closet and was armed with a knife. David had called the police and was on his way to Annie's house. As the man got closer, Annie told David that the stalker could be a figment of her imagination or some dream entity.
She could type
David
really
to
fast,
stop
though.
thinking about her, and David, who was confused at first, agrees. Annie explained that the stalker had vanished and was extremely happy and grateful that David had showed strong feelings for her. She had asked David to come over tomorrow morning, and when David had asked if it really was Annie replying, she had appeared offline.
Whoa. 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 That's weird. Oh, whoa. Oh, no, I don't like that.
The girl in the photograph.
I don't like this,
The
man.
girl in the photograph is a mysterious picture that claims the lives of victims. In the picture,
I'm
she
already
is described
scared.
as
I don't
beautiful,
like this
wearing
fucking
a dress with
music.
tights on and red shoes. The photograph of her shows her making numbered signs.
Stop it with
but
the
these could be
ambiance.
interpreted as hand gestures towards the camera. Anyone that touches the picture instantly wants to know more information about the girl in the photograph. The victim will ask around, demanding to know who she is, but will not get the results they are looking for. At night, it's been reported that giggling can trance the victim to dangerous locations, such as a road, rail track, or construction site. The victim is killed. The photograph will change its hand gesture to show how many victims it has fooled.
Oh, whoa. That is weird. Dude. That's crazy. What the hell?
Twist ending.
Oh, shit,
Twist
man.
ending is a story about a writer called David.
David, by the way, yeah.
Email, which would include manuscripts of certain amateur writers. David would take these manuscripts and steal from these writers.
Oh.
He would publish these stories for his own success.
Oh.
And not give these individuals any credit. Then proceed to blacklist them from getting any writing published.
Oh.
One instance details a certain manuscript that was sent to him. David enjoyed the script and guessed what the twist ending was before he could get there.
Oh, we're getting all Shyamalan up with this.
The last few pages of the script were sealed together, and it took some force to pull them apart. As he read through the script, he understood he was correct. But there was a final author's note, which detailed that the author had previously been sending David the manuscript, and David had not been giving the author credit for his story.
Oh.
Because of his actions, the author would never be able to publish his work,
Whoa.
effectively ruining his life.
Oh.
As a final revenge, the author filled the last 2 pages with arsenic poison, a deadly infection.
Whoa.
Which slows down a victim's heartbeat until it eventually stops.
Oh, God.
His final quote was stating that some twist endings can be very hard to predict.
Oh. Remember, kids, don't ever steal someone else's work or you'll die. Anyways, 47.
Nails.
Nails?
A report was filed to the police highlighting that a man had gone missing from Burnside apartment in room number 14.
I don't like this already.
The man had claimed that he had heard scratching every night at 3 a.m.
What
this
the
was
hell?
further backed up by
What is
residents
this?
also hearing the noise
Son,
too.
what are you doing?
The disappearance
Classic
of the
Mario,
man was
what are you
being
doing here? Why do I
investigated
keep
by
getting
police.
interrupted?
And when asked by the residents about
I'm
the
watching
incident,
something.
a few had
What is this?
described
What
a
is this? Let me see.
corpse-like creature with nails in its fingers, toes, shoulders, and neck.
Are you
He would carry
okay?
a bag in one hand.
Classic
and would walk
Mario.
very awkwardly,
Oh.
almost like a
I'm
ghost.
fine, I'm fine.
They seemed to think
Holy
it was
crap!
responsible for the scratching noise.
This scared the bejesus
The
out
creature
of
was
me,
not
man.
visible in human sight,
Oh
but
my
could only
God.
be seen on camera. The disappearing man had originally worked as a factory worker, stamping
Why are you
out
watching
cars.
this?
His
The
colleagues,
fans wanted
when
it.
questioned, said that
What
there
the
was nothing
fuck?
suspicious about
I
him,
know, right?
other than that he had complained about bad luck following him everywhere.
Dude!
To this day, there have
Yeah.
been no signs of the creature or the man. But
I
it could
know.
be theorized that the
Dude.
creature had attacked him and took him somewhere. The police have condemned the building, but was warned that at the hour of 3 a.m. is when the spirits become most active.
Oh, God. What the heck is this, man? It's spoopy is what it is. What the heck?
The thing that stalks the fields.
What?
This is the story of a farmer who noticed that the hay bales around his farm had been moved. He returned the bales
Oh,
to their
God,
proper
please, no,
places, saying he was
Jesus.
the work of pranksters.
Class Mario,
It
calm down.
happened again,
It'll be fine.
and he moved them back again.
This is Children
He
of the
didn't
Corn!
move the bales back a third time after the next day. Something had come and decapitated his horses, and the heads were missing. That night, he saw something emerge from the woods near his home.
What the heck
He
is
couldn't
that?
tell what it was. It
What
walked on
is
4
that?
legs. It was thin and
What
had skin
the?
the
I
color
have
and
no
texture
idea.
of granite.
Looks like a
It was
sentient
over
pair
10
of
feet
pants.
tall, and it
I know,
used
right?
the hay bales as markers, boundaries. It had claimed the farmer as a
Ugh.
pet. After a few days, a stranger in a car approached the farmer's home. and the thing attacked the car, pulled the driver out, and crushed him in his arms.
I don't like this.
The message was clear. The farmer was the thing's captive, and was not allowed
What the hell is that?
Nothing could cross the borders it had set.
What the? I don't know. That thing looked weird and creepy. 45? Are you serious? 45?
Out with a bang. FBI cases have been reported frequently about an unexplained phenomenon
Whoa.
shattering. It's an ability in a human to make objects explode or shatter by pointing at them. One of these cases involved a young boy who played with his friend. They were playing a game called Cowboys and Indians, and one of them aimed at his friend with his index finger and fired by dropping his thumb like the hammer of a pistol and shouted bang. Instantly, the other kid died at the scene with half his head missing.
What the heck?
The exact mechanism behind this exploding is unknown. Officials and the parents couldn't detail the exact cause of the act. No stray bullets were found, no guns were reported, and no one had really witnessed it besides the one child. 26 similar cases were reported by the officer. Years later, a similar incident happened in a park, where a young girl, brandishing a toy gun, had asked a stranger to put their hands up and pretended to shoot. She then asked the stranger to do the same in return. The girl was hit in the abdomen, but the stranger had fled the scene. A suicide note was left on a computer which was tracked on forums. It explained that the person had an argument with their girlfriend, and he had pointed their finger at her, indicating that this was another case of the shattering phenomenon. They had pulled their index finger and fled the scene. He had planned on doing the same thing to himself. It was theorized that the power was rare, dangerous, and a wild card.
Man, that footage looked like it was like edited in After Effects. Actually, you don't even need something like After Effects to edit that, man.
Cards are
Man, screw this, I'm out of here.
symbolism about history. The four kings are based on real historical kings.
Really
One
now?
of these in particular is the King of Hearts. This king is based off of Charles VII of France. His face was originally put on a card during his rule. During his reign, he became ill, and the condition became very serious. Out of boredom, Charles had developed a passion for playing cards. However, he became extremely paranoid about the number 13.
That goat demon has
Claimed
boobs.
It was causing him bad luck.
Hi, Satan.
Eventually,
Is that
Charles
Satan?
began hallucinating and
Satan
dreaming
has
about the number
boobs?
13.
I don't
He
know.
told his servants to leave his chamber.
I'm not really
His
into
servants were
religion,
very
so
suspicious and contacted a doctor. Upon arrival, they entered his room only to find him standing with a large sword in hand.
You
Charles then
shaman.
spoke
Oh wait,
and said,
never mind. That doesn't work
"They
here.
have showed me the truth of 13, and it is not meant for mortal eyes."
What the?
And just like that, he thrust the sword into his head. After this, the picture of him on the cards was changed to show him committing suicide.
Whoa! I never noticed that. What the fuck? That's crazy. I need to be more observant.
Cave children.
Oh god.
It tells of an expedition to Pompeii
Oh,
in
God.
which four scientists
Oh,
investigate
God.
some unexplored caves.
Oh,
They're told
no.
stories about creatures known as cave children with translucent
Oh,
skin,
God, no.
one single eye, and four legs.
Is this
similar to
actual
crabs.
footage? Are you kidding me?
The first few paragraphs are normal. We see descriptions of lizards and the mysterious cave children. But further investigation reveals that when one is killed, it's not actually crustacean, but an upside-down hominid, similar to a human.
I wouldn't be able
What
to
was thought to be an eye
explore.
was actually a mouth. The so-called tail was in fact
Oh,
genitalia.
God!
And what was believed were wings were in fact their ribcage. In the notes, one of the scientists loses her mind and ends up sacrificing herself, but her fate is not
a
like
Skeletor.
She was raped and then killed.
Oh,
Afterwards, the last
shit.
surviving scientist tries to patch himself up escaped
shit.
and finished taping the expedition.
That is
Unbeknown to
creepy.
him was the infection slowly turning him into one of the cave children. According to the testimony by
I would
Dr.
not be able to
Cedar,
do that.
the
I am
rescuers spotted several of the
claustrophobic.
creatures
I
mentioned
know.
in the tapes during their second trip into the caves. On the fourth
Oh,
trip, when this tape was
Jesus.
found, they opened fire
God.
on one which approached their party, scaring it away. They described this last as stouter than the other, and what it appeared to be bandages wrapped
Oh
around its
shit!
arms.
I'm scared. Guys, I'm scared. 42.
The crawl space.
Oh no,
While studying
more
abroad, a student
claustrophobic
finds an affordable
stuff.
apartment in
I don't
Campo
know.
de Fiore in Rome. She and her friends find it furnished with laundry machines
Oh,
and a
God,
freestanding
more
bathtub
footage.
in one of the two bathrooms. They
Ah,
spend 2 months
no.
there well and happy. Then, on the third month, one of them discovers a small secret crawl space. One night, the students hear shuffling coming from the crawl space. They believe it to just be a harmless animal was hiding in there. She was not so convinced. A few days later, she gets a camera, slides the door to the crawl space open, and tries to locate the source of the noise. She manages to capture a picture of a humanoid face with barred teeth
Louis?
and shadows.
Hi.
But even with the evidence, she was unable to convince her roommates to leave the apartment.
What?
Weeks after
Who
she
watches?
returned to America, she received word from the program director that her friends had all
At least I'm
gone
not alone.
missing.
Ah! What the heck is that? She looked very pretty. No, she did. Shut up. Damn, Sonic, you gotta be so mean. Jeez.
Were called to attend an
Guy, are you
accident
that
where a
harsh
bus
on all
driver
girls?
entered
What is
an
wrong with
apartment.
you?
He
Jesus.
remembered very little of what took place.
Never
The last thing
mind.
he recalled
God.
was a woman paying her fare
Scoot
before
over.
passing out. There is no memory of driving the bus on the final leg of its journey, nor did he possess any knowledge of the hooded passenger. who
That
had
doesn't
snatched
look
the
real.
driver's
It's not
cab.
real. Oh.
Ruby, who was riding the bus at the time, said she had witnessed a passenger sitting next to her, wearing a dark green hooded jacket that even tried to attack her. She had not
Oh,
noticed
God.
the passenger get on the bus or even
Whoa!
see them sit down next to her. She
What a
had just
convenient
appeared
circle.
there. She further went on to explain that the
Whoa,
hooded passenger
what?
had turned to face her and revealed black eyes, a deformed mouth, and a cold, rattly breath. The hooded passenger had touched her, and Ruby had proclaimed it felt like ice. She had said that
Jesus.
when the bus had crashed and the driver was knocked out, and the passenger had tried to attack her. She had managed to escape the bus, however,
Whoa.
by finding
Whoa.
a release button for the doors. The police found no evidence of the passenger. It was as if the hooded figure had vanished without a trace. Police had found 2 words scratched onto the seat, reading, "Not yet." Whether this was made
Whoa.
by the hooded passenger is a mystery.
Man, that's some spoopy tales right there. And not tales, I mean tails.
Arizona.
What? I don't even know.
Spends the day traveling the road.
Why are
to
you
visit
even
some
here?
friends.
I don't know.
When
Why?
he decided
Why
to
not?
enter
You
a
know,
gas
why not? I
station
was in
Arizona.
one of them. I don't remember which one.
The gas
But I was
station
in one of
appears
them.
old.
Ooh, a creepy
abandoned,
place. What?
and
Oh
eerie.
God, no, please.
The girl fills up the car. While the guy enters the abandoned shop,
Please no.
he hears a wailing noise in the basement.
That's when you
And
turn
decides
back.
to
I saw a
investigate.
skull right there. That's when you leave.
He discovers that the basement is flooded, and upon closer inspection, finds
Nope.
a huddled figure as dark as a shadow.
Oh, no.
When he touches the shoulder of the figure,
Why would you
it
do
spins
that?
around and reveals a demonic face before charging at him.
Oh God!
He quickly
Oh!
escapes the building.
It's not
and
that
dashes
scary.
for the car.
Oh my goodness.
They both escape,
Sonic, are you alright?
and he retells his horrifying experience. He quickly comes to realize that she has also seen 2 figures. A small girl with a horrifying smile, and a father with staring eyes and a wide jaw. The couple, getting wary, decide to park for the night near an abandoned campsite.
Oh, great.
Just
Good
as they are
idea.
about to sleep,
Fantastic.
they spot
So
the
smart.
humanoid girl.
You idiots.
They quickly drive off and notice the same gas station they had just passed earlier.
Oh,
But
they're
this
in
time,
limbo.
all the lights were on, and the door
Nope.
was sliding open.
Nope.
Further and
Screw
further
you.
they drove, with entities following them. They eventually reach their house and barricade themselves in, ignoring the voices and bangs from around them.
Oh, that? Oh, yeah.
Every new
Whoa.
noise they hear in the house, they
I
barricade
would
the
shake
room.
all those hands like, how you
Every
do?
time they
How
contact
do
the
you
house,
do? Oh, it's nice to meet you.
They were just greeted to whispering on the other end. As the figures loom in the window, the story ends with the couples wondering if they would ever escape the horror.
What the heck is that? A body made out of hands? That part kind of ruined it. That's not scary, actually. Yeah.
Thumps.
Trumps?
Thumps is a creepy
No,
story
Thumps.
which details a man and a woman both waking up in a small barren room together. They're both confused as to what's happening, but then they begin hearing these thumps in a room. The man begins to have violent images flash through his mind, and overcome with the flashes, they both pass out. However, when they wake up, they find food waiting for them.
Ooh.
This cycle keeps
Is
on
it pig
continuing
carrots?
and continuing.
Oh,
and the
sweet
relationship
Jesus,
between
no, it's
a
not.
man and a woman progresses to the point of them becoming lovers. The
What the
thumps and the
fuck?
flashes intensify, and they both welcome the noises and the flashes almost like an addiction to them. The flashes decrease, and they both begin to go on the edge. His lover commits suicide, and he is left alone. Without the noises and the thumps, he begins to act insane and falls unconscious. He eventually wakes up, but not in the usual place. The story ends with the man being found outside, running towards town.
Oh, that's it? It stops there? Oh, it's anticlimactic. I know, right?
Stay in bed. Forced out of his regular hotel by an influx of attendees to a car show, the narrator booked a room at the Stay Inn in a rural area around the Nevada-Arizona border, about 20 miles south of Las Vegas.
I don't like
Nothing
this.
was really amiss when the cheerful clerk checked him in and gave him his room key. She warned him that he must stay in bed after midnight. Chuckling, the narrator agreed. The room was described as shabby, with old-fashioned electronics. He had witnessed some sort of figure on the static TV screen walking towards him. After unplugging the set and making sure the TV faced the wall, he went to sleep. He was awoken
I
late
would
into the night
leave.
by disturbing groaning sounds coming from the outside.
That's when you
Ignoring the
leave.
warning from the clerk, he decided to investigate.
You
Looking
idiot!
through the peephole of his room, he saw a young woman, clearly in some kind of trouble, in the parking lot beyond. When he tried to open the door jammed. When he looked through again, he saw nothing but red. The door had banged, but there was no one on the other side. Returning to the lobby, he met the same clerk, but she was no longer cheerful. She warned him that the curfew was out of necessity and that he must stay in bed. She explained that the motel is still haunted by the terrifying ghost of a murdered victim who roams the premises after midnight and drags away anyone who sees it into the lake.
Why would you
A
stay
newspaper
there?
clipping in the lobby offers the narrator another glimpse into the true nature of the Stay Inn. A fourth killing is reported, and it's only then that he realizes the legs of the cheerful clerk are not entirely where they should be.
I did not like that one. That one was cool.
Doors.
Doors?
Tells a
Oh
story
no, how
about a
terrifying.
man who was
Oh my
adopted
god,
into a
I am
loving
super
family.
spooked.
His mother was kind and would let him watch TV with her, and his father was strict and would often discipline him, such as the restroom incident. No matter what the narrator did, it seemed that the father would always favor their own child more. His sibling was really young, and when he was adopted, they got along very well together. In fact, they became best friends. Because of the lack of bedrooms, he would have to sleep in the same room as her, but on the floor. One night, he realizes a killer has broken into the house. The narrator is clearly terrified of the ordeal and is a witness to the gruesome murders that unfold. The killer does not seem to be startled by him, and he grins with a yellow toothy smile. As the killer wanders the place with a razor, he takes a hold of one of the family members that owes so much to him and disappears behind a door. As the narrator makes as much noise as possible to try and alert everyone for help, he realizes that he can't give chase. Sadly, he starts whimpering, only to look down at his own paws.
Oh! Oh! Louie! Get off me, man. It wasn't
Happy
that bad.
Daycare. Happy Sun Daycare stars around a daycare which had been abandoned for several years. When a reporter
was
from
so
an online news blog
sad.
decides to interview
I
former
wanna
employees
cry.
and students that attended Happy Sun Daycare, he soon discovers some very
Shut
dark
up.
secrets about it.
Shut up.
One of the discoveries was children screaming from seeing things, and
Oh.
bites and scratches appearing on their arms and legs.
Oh!
It was thought to be a stray canine, but caretakers had claimed that no pets were allowed in the vicinity,
Oh!
and that traps were set around the building to prevent wildlife from entering.
Oh!
It was later revealed that misbehaved children were sent to the Grey Door.
Oh!
This room contained a giant ugly dog which would attack and viciously harm the children that were sent there.
Oh,
Children had
God!
reported coming out of the room scared, scratched, bitten, and being violently ill. One staff member was a janitor that had managed to get a job at this daycare because his aunt was in charge of one of the head offices.
Oh!
The janitor had explained that he had some form of narcolepsy since he was a teenager and a history of sleepwalking as well.
Oh.
Doctors couldn't figure out what was causing his condition, but they couldn't find any other adverse health effects linked to it either.
Oh!
It was reported that his aunt would mix him a special herbal tea for him that would help keep his narcolepsy in check. He stated that the children were generally nice to him, but the
Oh!
employees sensed uneasiness around him. They seemed extremely cautious around him.
Oh.
When asked about any dogs or animals in the building, he pointed out that animals were never allowed in the premises because of allergies. Strangely, he pointed out that he would waken in the gray room when he neglected to take his tea. He wasn't sure if anybody had simply moved him there so he could sleep without being in anyone's way, or if he had been sleepwalking again. In his opinion, the janitor thought that the dog was simply a carrier wearing a costume, terrorizing any children sent into the room as a means of instilling fear of punishment into their minds.
Oh! That was fucked up. Oh my God, I know, right? Jesus.
Through the Trees. On September 15th, 1983, a famous tale was told about a
Oh, no,
mysterious
I'm out.
creature
Screw this.
called the Cedar.
Oh, bye then.
It was described
What
as a
the
bird-human creature
fuck
that roams
is
forests,
that?
stalking children
What is
and
that?
abducting them to be part of the legend. The man explained that he saw the creature in front of his yard. Around the same time, 2 weeks later, he heard tapping on his window. The Seed Eater had apparently spoken to the man, asking for children to devour. Once its wish was granted, the Seed Eater eventually ate him. The Seed Eater is believed to force men to kill and store children for it to eat, and will eventually eat them. As it states, the children aren't doing the trick anymore. The Seed Eater is found in many places across the world, like
Why
China,
would you film that?
New York, Turkey, and New Jersey. The creature goes on a hunt every few years. If anyone interferes with the hunt, the Seed Eater will attack them too. It sometimes, although extremely rarely, will attack
Why
adults.
would you get that close? Why? Are you crazy? What the hell, man?
Satellite images.
Oh God.
Google Earth and Google Street View reveal some incredible things.
Oh yeah,
It's been
Google
uncovering a
Street
new dimension
View.
of reality
The
since
Wii
it
U.
came online. One user had experienced the world through browsing Google Maps, visiting places such as London, Paris, Japan, and going on virtual tours.
Yeah.
But then, he began spotting something in particular.
Japan.
A brown-haired woman with a gray bag and red sneakers. He sees her in Tokyo first, then in Paris, and Berlin. On another day, he sees the mysterious woman again in Sydney, Zurich, and Hong Kong. Each time he visits different places in the world and reverts back, she appears to be doing something different. From standing up, to sitting on a bench, to petting a cat, to staring at the camera from a balcony. He couldn't find much information on the woman, other than her attire, as the faces on Google Maps are blurred. Panicking now, he visits his hometown, and worryingly, she is seen standing in the park, looking at the camera. Terrified by the strange, seemingly ever-present woman, he exits out of Google Maps altogether, vowing never to use the tool again. That's when a knock at his door comes, and the security camera feed shows a woman with a gray bag and red sneakers staring directly at the camera with a blurred face.
Fuck you! Okay, they didn't show anything. Woo! This is rough. This is rough.
The woman.
Oh god.
During the summer,
It's that shitty Shyamalan movie
quiet town near Minneapolis
that everyone loved because it was okay,
Charred body
but
of a woman
it was still
found
bad.
inside the kitchen
Ah.
stove of a small farmhouse.
I don't like this
The camera
ambiance
was
at
also
all.
found in the kitchen, standing on a tripod, pointing at the oven.
I don't like this.
No tape was found inside of the
I
camera.
really don't like this.
Although the
Holy
scene was
fuck.
originally labeled a homicide by
Oh my
police,
god.
an unmarked
What the
VHS
hell?
tape was later discovered at the bottom of the farm's well, which had apparently dried up earlier that year. It showed the woman coming into the shot, setting the oven, climbing
Hey
inside,
Sonic, what you
and
doing?
then closing
Tails,
the door
run!
after herself.
Get out of here! What are you
For some
doing?
time,
Hold on.
violent banging
You're
and
making
shrieking
Sonic
happens
watches!
inside the oven.
Oh,
Smoke
God!
begins to emerge.
What the heck?
But analysis of the woman
Why are you
in the
doing
video
this, man?
and the woman discovered
'Cause
in the oven concludes
They
that
wanted
two
Tails!
different
And they want me to do this!
Anomaly. The narrator of Anomaly is an average guy
Are you okay?
working at a small publishing company. Holding down an office job that's likable
It's gonna be
enough.
that bad.
The projects he gets are pretty normal, turning out the sorts of books that people buy for gifts and coffee tables. That's until he gets a pitch from someone with a series of photos he wants compiled into a rather non-traditional volume. All of the photos are anomalies, showing something otherworldly or unexplained. The photos are so valuable, in fact, that rather than sending them all to be processed, the client insists on sending them one at a time. When one comes back, he sends the next. When he gets a better offer from someone wanting to buy all the photos, the publishing project is terminated. Lawyers get involved, copies are seized, and most of the photos are wiped from their computers, with the exception of a few, which the narrator explains, has to be seen to believe. The photographs in their stories are chilling. There's a blurry photo of children taken
What the-
before a 1908 fire that killed them all.
What?
There's a hooded figure with a
Whoa!
snarling dog on a leash, and a photo that was recovered from a man's camera after his mysterious disappearance. A possible
What?
image of the Axeman of New Orleans, evidence of the cave-dwelling cryptids, a photo of a Danish family later killed in a terrible accident, and more. There are 14 photos in all, and it's not immediately obvious what's out of the ordinary, which makes Anomaly all the more creepy.
What the heck was that? Are you serious? What the heck is up with this?
The Keyhole.
Kingdom Hearts!
This legend involves a man who checked into a hotel for a few nights. After he obtained his room key, the woman at the front desk warned him that there was a door with no number on the way to his room.
No,
She explained
no,
that the
I'm
locked
not sticking
room was
around, no.
used for
I'm
storage,
out!
and she also warned him not to go into the room.
I'm
Or
alone
even look
again.
The man, although intrigued, went straight to his room without asking any more questions.
Good.
But by the second night, his curiosity had got the better of him.
Ah.
He tried turning the doorknob, but found it to be locked, just as the woman had claimed.
Why would you do
He
this?
deterred easily. The man proceeded to peep through the keyhole.
No! No!
Beyond the door was what looked like a normal hotel room, exactly like his own.
Stop!
However,
I don't like this!
in the corner stood a very pale woman.
No shit,
with
I
her
could
head
see
resting
that.
against
Oh,
the wall
stop!
opposite the door.
I don't wanna.
On the third day, the man decided
Don't!
to look through the keyhole
You
again.
idiot! Why would you? No!
This time, all he saw was the color red.
No!
Nothing else. Just a constant, deep shade of red. Maybe the woman had suspected that someone was spying on her and had blocked it with something. The man decided that he would ask the woman
Shit.
at the front desk.
Shit!
She asked if the man had looked through the keyhole.
Oh, fuck.
After he had confirmed that he had, the woman proceeded to tell him the whole story.
No! I'm exiting at full screen.
Years
No.
ago, she said, a man had murdered his wife in that very room, and her ghost now haunts it. Her ghost is said to be very pale, except for her eyes, which are bloodshot red.
30. Halfway there.
Tower of Silence. A Tower of Silence is a circular raised structure used by Zoroastrians for exposure
I
of
don't
the dead,
like this.
particularly the
I
scavenging
really
birds,
don't.
for the purposes of excarnation. Zoroastrian exposure of the dead is first attested in the mid-5th century BCE histories of Herodotus, but the use of towers is first documented in the early 9th century. On the 19th of January 2003, Indian officials ventured into a deep jungle in a hunt for missing people from a local village. They instead found a Tower of Silence with bodies next to them.
No.
None of the bodies were identified or linked to the missing people, and no animals were found near them, just maggots and flies. Only one photograph was found to be taken of the incident. There was no official count of the bodies, and little work was actually accomplished at the site because the officials felt uneasy and nauseous about the whole situation. The deep pit in the center was filled with several feet of blood, far more than the bodies on the outside could ever supply. The expedition ended when a villager accidentally kicked a small bone into the pit, which then erupted, showering everyone, including the cameraman, in blood from the pit.
I'd shower you in coconut cream pie. I'm sorry. It's just the first thing that came to mind.
Reports said he became delirious with fever, shouting about being tainted with the blood of Ahriman, which is the personification of evil in Zoroastrianism.
Okay.
As the fever got worse, the patients began attacking the hospital staff until they were all sedated. All patients had later died from their illness. When officials returned with hazmat suits the following day, the site was empty. The bodies had been removed, and the pool of blood in the pit had been drained. All that remained was this photograph.
Oh, no! Oh. Huh? They didn't really... Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, this video is way too long to finish in one part, so I hope you all enjoy this video. This is Sonic, I hope you signing off. Goodbye!